final days, yeah. Oh, hey, my brother, you got to leave us, 'cause we're living in the final stage, and I know it is the judgment day. So we've got to give thanks and praise, and we got to change our ways now. We're living in a judgment time. Everywhere is just war and crime. Cost of living is getting so high, but we know we've got to get by. This trouble never set like rain, and I know we feel the pain. Try and you will succeed, 'cause achievement is what we need. So do all the best you can. Make yourself a better man. If you can't be good, be careful. Live upright in the Father's side, 'cause it is the final day, and we know it's just a judgment day, see now. So give thanks and praise, and we gotta change our ways, yeah now. It's the final stage, we're living in a judgment days. So give thanks and praise, yeah now. Yes, these are the days. Judgment time. Everywhere is just war and crime. So put your shoulders to the wheel. If you can't hear, you surely gon' feel. And trouble never set like rain. And I know we feel the pain. So do all the good you can, and make yourself a better man. It's just the final stage, and we're living in a judgment day. Hey, my brother, got to change our ways, and we give thanks and praise. Time, final stage, we're living in the judgment days. Now, give thanks and praise. People got to change our ways. Hey, now.
All 16, enough respect, greetings, thank you to be here.
Tell them what you got, Mr. Rootsman.
Greetings and love, Raspect Radio International, outer space. You don't know, Earl 16 is here to bless the place. One love to each and everyone, don't care where you might come from, because you know it's one blood running in everyone. So give thanks and praise to the Most High Jah Rastafari. It's nice to be here on Raspect Radio, live and direct, Earl 16 in Switzerland, you know, Geneva. That's how we do. And big up the man like Selector, you see. And yeah, we're just coming from a beautiful dance first light with Jashaka and the whole crew, you know, and the whole massive, yes, Positive Airlines. So right now, I'm on Earl 16, just to introduce myself as, you know, the original artist from King Tubby's days. Sir Coxon Dad, you know, Studio One, people might know him as, you know, Drew Creed. You know, I started out early as one of those soldiers of the army, you know. I grew up together with people like Michael Rose, Dennis Brown, Winston McAnuff, you know. We all go to school together. And, you know, in Jamaica it was difficult for reggae music to be played on the radio and things like that. It didn't have a lot of media coverage for roots rock reggae music. We have to just go to the dance hall or listen on the jukebox, you know. Or, you know, maybe you have to go to the studio or something to hear some good artists or to see some of your favorite people, you know, people like Ken Booth, Alton Ellis, who I grew with. So for me, it was very interesting growing up in the 60s and the 70s in Jamaica. I think it was just the change of rocksteady going into reggae, you know, with people like Jimmy Cliff, who became to make rocksteady into reggae, you know. People like Alton Ellis, Toots and the Maytals, who carried the transition. And we made it from ska, you know, as a Caribbean beat, which was the original, our Jamaican beat. We used to call it rocksteady, you know, from merengue and all those days. So when we change into reggae, you find that people like the great Bob Marley, you know, used to come along, and you know, a lot of interesting people that made reggae music to become roots rock reggae music. Not just ragga that people know now and bashment, You know, I'm talking about Jamaican cultural music. So I was a part of that. I give thanks, you know, because one of my big tunes that I did back in the days was called Love is a Feeling. And then I come with the next one called Malcolm X, you know, which I did for Joe Gibbs while I was going to school and in my school uniform and everything, you know. I used to just go to the studio and they used to invite me to come to sing on the mic. And so I get to, you know, to be able to be a part of the whole transition from the old, you know, format of reggae into, you know, what we call the modern reggae music. So up to the time, it was for me a very interesting time. So I give thanks that I'm still here to, you know, to big up Raspect Radio and make the people them know. Asha, run the track.
Soldiers of the army in a military style. Soldiers of the army, cause the army is crucial and wild. Them crucial and them wild. Standing in a militant line, even though the babies are crying. Time hard and time so tough. In a tenement yard, I go with love. Soldiers of the army, in a military style. In this time, yeah. Soldiers of the army, in a military style. Soldiers of the army, cause the army is crucial and wild. Them crucial and them wild. Standing in a militant line, even though the babies are crying. Time hard and time so tough. In a tenement yard, I go with love. We mumble and we grumble, with we hand on we jaw. Cause rain start to fall, and the dust is still not solved. Soldiers of the army in a military style. Militant soldiers, the army is crucial and wild.
Well, personally, my first recording that I did was at RJ Studio. There's a tune called Lego after that. It name, we call it Lego Girl, you know. I did that with a brethren called Freddie McGregor who brought me to the studio with, you know, some people like Dalton Browning. Because at this time, I was just becoming to be a Rastafarian youth, you know. Learning of my culture, learning of my history. So I used to hang out with 12 Tribe of Israel and stuff like that as a youth coming up, you know. So I still going to school, but I'm still trying to find my way culturally and, you know, and to find out what is the history of, you know, us black people in Jamaica, you know, all the way so far in the West. So, you know, once I went to RJ, I met people like, you know, the Family Man crew. These times they was called the Rhythm Brothers, you know. And I met a few people from that era. So I went on to start to work with a band called Boris Gardner Band, because we have our own group in school, as you know, we had a little group called the Phonics. And then, you know, after the main singer from the band, Boris Gardner, when he decided to leave, you know, because he win the festival, a guy called Tinga Stewart, you know, a good brethren. So he left the band, and I, you know, was lucky enough to become the main singer for the band. So from there, it was like, you know, smooth sailing for me, because I meet all the people that, you know, become to be a part of the whole thing, you know, like Lee Perry. I met my brethren Mikey Dread at the same Black Hawk studio. And, you know, it become to be like very difficult, as I say, because we never get no airplay more than so. You know, it's just underground roots music we was playing. But the thing was, it was busting up all over the world. And people was wondering, where is these tunes coming from? What is that Lee Perry rhythm? Who is that guy Bob Marley? You know, what is this music? What is Rastaman vibration? You know, what is Ras Michael saying? So it's like it was a very interesting era that I, you know, came into the business. So it's a good pleasure for me to make the people understand that, you know, it's roots rock reggae music forever. Yes, Rasta.
Where repatriation. Man have to say no repatriation. When Marcus Lee said we must leave here someday, we kid you know you can't get away. We go, we're going to hold that line. We're moving, so we're moving through the line. We're going, and we're going to Africa's land. We're going to the land where I come from. Moving, yeah, out of Babylon, yeah. We're living in a judgment time. Even the blind can see the sign. Marcus did until I say we have to leave here someday. We keep you can't get away. 'Cause we've got to meet on His Majesty's street. We will be there, Jah will take care. We're going, and we're going to hold that hand. We're moving, and we're moving through the land. We're going, 'cause we're going to Africa's land. Yes, we're going to the place where I come from. Repatriation, we attract tribulation down here, come on, repatriation, true tradition, we down here in creation, yeah, Rasta moving on, yeah, we're going, yes we're going to Africa's land.
Live and direct. The man called Earl 16 in other place. So the name Earl 16 is because you was 16 when you start to record?
Perfectly. That's definite. That's when I started my first to become professional, working with a big major band. I was the very youngest one in the band and thing. So one of my first hit that I had in Jamaica was called Love Is a Feeling, which I did for Studio One. And I did that when I was about 16 or something like that. And then for me it was so interesting because it's not a big star thing or no big major thing, because I was working with people like Ken Booth. There's so much people that was in Studio One at the time that you just have to just listen and tune in. Every Sunday and the Monday was firing. So yeah, Leroy Sibbles and the great Eptones, give thanks for life. So yes, this one we call Love Is a Feeling. Blessed. Now this one live and direct, Raspect Radio, on the wave. So we do. Earl 16 years truly, Studio One. A love that is real, a love we can feel, yeah. Alright. We need the love we can feel. I need the love that I know is real. 'Cause I never knew just what true love could do, but I always thought that one day I would have found you. Now there's no doubt I really love you, lady. I'm just waiting for you to bring your love right on in. I'll be waiting there for you. I need your love that is real. Sweet woman now, that I need your love that I can feel, boy. I'm not wasting, 'cause love is a feeling. It will come and go. Hey, love is a feeling every man will always show. we've got to show. Love we've got to show. Raspect Radio. Tune in. Christ in a kingly character. Jaja children in a kingly character. Jaja in my kingly character. Jaja people in my highly character. One love and a man say Jaja. Who goes them say Asha Selector. I know Jaja live forever. So in a one blood we should come together. Yeah, we've got to work together. In a this Iowa, yeah. In a this time, yeah. Cause we've got to fight it out, yeah. And we have got to get there. We've got to fight it to the top. We've got to fight. We're gonna fight for truth and rights. Fight for culture and light. We'll fight for truth and rights. The love that is real. Jaja love we can feel. Jaja love is for real. It's forever. Love we can feel. Jaja love is for real. So that's the I know now. Raspect Radio, now.
Yeah man, nice, man, large job, man. All 16 live in the place, man. Raspect Radio, big up every time. And you was talking about Mikey Dread time, Lee Squatch Perry time in the studio and vibration and King Tubby. Do you was sometime you was going to King Tubby sound system dance?
Well, King Tubby's sound days was a little bit before my era, before my time, because when I started out, we used to like listen to sound system like Jalove sound. You have a sound called Mikey Fate. King Sturgraph just started, but King Tubby's was one of the original sound with Coxsone. And you know, when they played in our national arena, I wasn't allowed to go to dance in these times. I have to stay home, or else my mother gonna beat me. So I missed that dance, but that was a historic dance, you know. Sir Coxsone meet the mighty King Tubby's, you know, at National Arena. It was a dance called Death in the Arena, you know. It was like only the survivor, you know, only one can come out. It was a good dance, you know. Those days we had clash, but it's just music. It's the, you know, we just playing music and see which one the people enjoy. So we make the people very, you know, comfortable and things. So those days, I mean, dances like those, maybe you might find them now on some very limited cassettes or, you know, maybe on a record somewhere. But yeah, in my days, I was like listening to sound system like Jalove, you know, Jalove, Emperor Fate, like I said, you know, sound like Gemini and Volcano. So in those times now, like early 70s, you know, late 70s, early 80s, in order for an artist to become popular, him have to hold the mic in the dance hall, because those days you don't have a lot of producers spending money to record and press, unless you're mashing up the place, unless you're good on the dance. So people like Brigadier Jerry was like superstars in the dance hall, but they never have any record. They never cut no record. A lot of DJs, Lord Sassafras, a lot of artists that used to perform in the dance never go into the studio. But they was really popular because, like I said, the radio media in Jamaica was very difficult. They didn't play a lot of reggae on the radio. They mostly play American music, foreign music, you know, pop and stuff like that. So we had to make our own way, you know. Sometimes we have to bad up the DJ to play a record. And then it become to, you know, where people like my good brethren, Augustus Pablo, who I spent a lot of time with in the early years, he buy his own radio program, you know, half an hour every Friday evening. You can tune in and listen to Rockers International on JBC FM or RJR FM, you know. so a lot of people start to follow that trend where they just buy their own like a half hour on the radio just to promote their own stuff and to let the people aware that these are the tunes that they're listening to. The dance is available in the shops. But we don't get no radio play. But now it's so much different because there's a lot of pirate stations in all over the world. And then, reggae music has become to be like into the Grammy stages now where, it's so international now. But it's interesting. And it's good for me to be still as one of the, like I said, a soldier of the army. Who, I grew up with the real hardcore, people like Sir Tubbies, Sir Jammies, I'm grateful, and it's so nice to be here with the item. And listen, this is what you call Raga Roots Rasta FM. Now tune in. Where's the Bongasha?
Rasta is a general. Lord of Lords, who's the general? The King of Kings. At the general. Whoa, Natty. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Natty Dreader the original. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Natty Dreader the original. Dreader no ranking, him sat up on the banking, yeah. Him not deal with no war. War up his stay far. War up his stay far. Oh, Natty. Roots him love him culture, yeah. Natty Dreader no vulture. Him a deal with the truth in a decent time. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Rasta man a the original, yeah. Dreader general, Natty Dreader general, Fire Red the original.
Raspect Radio, man, and the general in all airwaves. You don't know internationally. www.asha. Oh, me I tell them.
Dreader the general. Whoa, yeah. Asha general, Rasta man a general, King Selassie the original, yeah. Asha, Rasta general, Naya Jeda general, Rasta man a the original. Raspect Radio are the original. You don't know. Earl 16 said that peace and love, Rastafari, the general, the King of Kings, who's the general, Lord of Lords, who's the general, the King of Kings, at the general. Whoa, Natty. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Natty Dreader the original. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Natty Dreader the original. Dreader no ranking, him sat up on the banking, yeah. Him not deal with no war. War up his stay far. War up his stay far. Oh, Natty. Roots him love him culture, yeah. Natty Dreader no vulture. Him a deal with the truth in a decent time. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Rasta man a the original, yeah. Dreader general, Natty Dreader general, Fire Red the original. Dready lead of the way, yeah. As him not hear what them a say, King Selassie I lead us on the way. Dreader general, in the 70s they used to trim up dread, and wicked Babylon they put a price on their rate. Cause in this Iowa say they've got to be strong. Go the Natty dreadlock so long. Natty general, Natty Dreader general, Selassie the original. Natty Dreader general, Fire Red general, Rasta man the original. Salaman, he was a Rasta man. King Selassie from he was 7. He's the king up in the Zion. Eco warrior a dreadlocks too. They need the right so they can go through. They might deal with the truth. Ecological, the warriors are rude. Natty general, Rasta man a general, Rasta man a the original. Jada General, Rasta man are the original. Not the Jada General. Fire the original. Not the General.
So you just was talking about Augustus Pablo and the people all over the world who love the reggae music, who love the rockers, they really love and respect Augustus Pablo. So like you say, you spend enough time with him. I would love that you talk a little vibration from Augustus Pablo, something you remember that him and you spent together and tell something to the world.
Well, I give thanks, because like we said, when the transition from the old thing into roots rock reggae music, and I know a lot of people call it reggae, bashment, raga, whatever they call it. But, it came from the Nyabingi, it came from the drums. Like a lot of people used to follow Bob Marley come to studio with just Nyabingi drums, And people like the great Augustus Pablo, that a lot of people don't know that, but he was a Nyabingi man too, that used to just come to studio with a little melodica and some drums and one little keyboard under his arm. And everybody interested to see what he can do, But when after a while, I started working with those guys, and I realized that the music that we're doing, it wasn't popular, it wasn't getting no airplay, because it was underground. It was underground roots music. Tunes like Africa Must Be Free, Hugh Mondale, people like Jacob Miller. When Jacob Miller come with certain tunes with Augustus Pablo, those tunes was not internationally known as yet, because even though we used to sell them like hot bread, because we used to go to the press every day with Pablo, we follow Pablo. He teach me a lot about producing my own self. He teach me a lot about to be, as a man, to stand up for my rights and, promote myself. I don't have to wait on a record company or a big record label to make us move forward with our culture and our music. So it was a hard road, but the thing about it was fun for us, because we enjoyed ourselves, we had good fun. And even though we was very young at the time, there's a lot of money involved, and sometimes we went a little bit crazy and thing, because we was doing the right thing, was following the words of Rastafari, following Selector works. Because 1966, I was grateful, I was blessed to vision His Majesty, to see His Majesty enter into Jamaica. I was there to see the whole thing. So for me, it was a joy to work with people like Pablo, people like a lot of cultural people, man like Keith Hudson and those people who like really set the trend for the deep root music, man like Jack Ruby and those people who set a certain pace. So yeah, man, it was interesting, and then it was very like, these were the people that was very self-sufficient, that used to make their own shops, make their own records, Bob Marley used to make his own bread. He used to smoke from a steam chalice. He doesn't smoke spliff with people. Them people, we used to make our own life. But the 80s was a time for that, the emergence of roots and culture, and no bashment thing, not about talking about under the girl or, bag wire in the underpants or nothing like that. It was just straight last year, blessing the children and give thanks to the daughter them, big up the sister them, So that's how we do it, So I man give thanks and praise every time. My last album that I did called Reggae Ambassadors was live located to Augustus Pablo and Juna Delgado. I made that, as a personal, for my personal, request on that album. My latest album now that just come out. Because Juna Delgado and those people is a different era of people. They came from a different time and space, But them become to be like gorillas in the jungle, gorillas in a Babylon. So that's how we do, we just set the pace, and it was sometime ahead of our time. Like in the 80s when Scratch was making certain music, certain mixes, it was like way ahead of the time. So we keep going, through time and space.
Yeah, man. Right now you was talking about Rockers Levication, Augustus Pablo, and Gino Ligado, and you have a tune that just released in Japan over the Japan label, and is gossipy rhythm and vibration. So I'm gonna play that tune on the radio right now. But before that, I want to introduce it to the massive.
Yeah, well, this song was advocated to the great Augustus Pablo, and it's called Jaja Messengers Don't Die, you know. And it was done by my brother Tojo in Japan, recorded in Japan by my brother Gossipy and the same brother Tojo, you know. And that's how we kind of make sure that the people know, because this is like so much, it's a very interesting import record now. It's like so expensive, it's difficult to get, but it's called Jaja Messengers Don't Cry on the Iowa label. Yeah, Rastafari. Rest in peace, Ja Pablo. Rastafari.
Rainbow children, dark clouds is in the sky again, but Jaja sun shines through the rain. Yeah, keep on shining, just sunshine. Yeah, Rasta messengers don't die. Reggae music, it's touched the sky. Rockers for I and I. Rastafari will never die. Jaja children, don't you cry.
Pull up. Yeah, man. One more time, man. On va la mettre encore une fois, man. Earl 16. And leave it to the man called Augustus Rockers Pablo Original Vibration. One more time for the turntable. Ja Rastafari.
Rainbow children, dark clouds is in the sky again, but Jaja sun shines through the rain. Yeah, keep on shining, just sunshine. Yeah, Rasta messengers don't die. Reggae music, it's touched the sky. Yeah, rockers for I and I. Rastafari will never die. Jaja children, don't you cry. Let's hail now you bingy. Chuja mercy will get by, because we love the King Selassie. Just like the sunshine and take a rest, and the rainbow from the east to the west, from Smoky Vale down to Black and Slane, from Orange Street up to Sligoville. Every day another prophet fall, but Jaja children keep on standing tall. The dark clouds will have to scatter, 'cause Rastafari live forever, and I will feel the pressure. One of these days we're gonna conquer. The Jaja messengers don't die. Reggae music gonna touch the sky. Yeah. It's rockers for I and I. Rastafari will never die. Yeah. Jaja children, don't you cry. Through Jah mercy, we've got to get by, because we love Selassie. Yeah. Nah. Rainbow children right now. Rainbow children. Yeah. Dark clouds is coming. Sunshine keep on coming. Dark clouds is raging. Sunshine again. Keep on shining. Living in scientific worlds, yeah. Communicating without a word. We keep changing from day to day, 'cause technology is in such a way now. Rainbow from the east to the west. Just sun will shine, then it takes a race. Yeah. From Smoky Vale down to Sligoville, boy. From Orange Street down to Black and Slane. Yeah. Dark clouds are coming again. Yeah. The sunshine through the rain. Jaja messengers won't die. Reggae music is touch the sky, yeah. Rastafari is for I, yeah. Rockers International freedom now. Jaja children, don't you cry. Make we hail now you bingy, I will.
Well, greetings and love, because, speaking of Raspect Radio is very interesting, there's a lot of history that we have. And yours truly, Earl 16, whenever I left from Jamaica in the 1980s with my brother Mikey Campbell and came to England to do a tour, my album was called Reggae Sound, that I was touring, that I did for Mikey Dread and Lee Perry. And we come to do a tour, and I met with a brethren called Mad Professor in the UK, and he had a nice studio, so we get together, and, he started to tell me about all the stuff that he hear about me and he know about me from a long time. So after that, Mad Professor was doing some crazy mixes like the same Lee Perry. He was doing something different in the 80s in the UK. And, the people were still a little bit, not aware of what he was doing, but he was mashing up the charts same way with a lot of lovers rocks and everything. But, he introduced me to some guys called Left Field and some guys called Dread Zone, And they said, they know a lot of my tunes from Greensleeve Records, some old pubbies rhythm that they like so much, And these was young guys coming up in the UK scene. They listened to reggae, but they wanted to do something for themselves. So they decided to remix some of my dubs that they get from Greensleeve. The first one they introduced me to was a tune called Trial and Crosses that I did with Lidval Thompson back in the early 80s in Tubby's studio. So they said, can we use your voice to remix it on they call it drum and bass, like jungle rhythm, So I said, yeah, but I don't understand. My voice don't fit on that rhythm. They said, no. If you want to come and sing on the rhythm we make, we can make you listen. So when they play the rhythm, they still use the same bass line from the old school reggae, but they have a different drum, It's called jungle, they call it. This is jungle music, fast, boom, boom, boom. So I said, okay, so, I went and I dropped some vocals on it. And the next thing I know, they remix it into their own style. And it become single of the week, and started to get a lot of media coverage and thing, and people start to say, what kind of music is this? But it was it was for me it wasn't anything different, because when I was growing up working with people like Boris Gardner and Scratch, we take a little bit from everything, because reggae have a little of everything in it, because it's one for all for one. In Jamaica they say out of many one, we are one. So, that's how, for me, it wasn't anything funny. But then the tune become to be in the charts and started going up in the UK chart. So a lot of people was interested, and, they started to ask Mad Professor for me. So I went to sign a deal with BMG, and then I met some guys called Dread Zone. And we did a tune. The first tune I did for them was a tune called Zion Youth, You'll never get to Zion without your love. You never reach the land that you're dreaming of. No evildoers won't be there. No terrorists won't be there. If you wanna go to Zion, boy, you need Jaja loving, And that was a big tune on Virgin Records, But it was they call it UK Underground. So it's more techno, dub, mixed with a lot of different stuff. But at the time, in the early 90s, it was new to the world, And then it become that now, we're still doing a lot of tours. I'm still working at Dread Zone, Glastonbury. For the past 3 years, I've been playing Glastonbury, all the major festivals all over the world. So, I give thanks, because it's just one of them things. It's just, soldiers in the army still. Rastafari, Raspect Radio.
We must make immediate plans to get all our people to safety.
It's a reality. Each and every one must be free. It's my philosophy That's the way it ought to be. I know it's only natural for everyone to stand up strong. Be positive, we can't be neutral if we wanna carry on. Cause life is what we make of it. Each and every one unto their own. And there will come another day when things are gonna go your way. It's a reality. The whole world wants to be free. Yes, it's my philosophy. That's the way it ought to be. It's a reality. The whole world needs to be free. It's my philosophy. That's the way it's got to be. Stay away, we don't need the situation. Keep away, revolution. Cause it's your life, it should be a celebration. Keep away, stay away. Keep away, revolution. Cause it's your life, it should be a celebration. And jealousy, that's the way it ought to be. Celebrate all the things that go your way. There will come another day. It's a reality. The whole world wants to be free. Yes, it's my philosophy. The way it ought to be. It's a reality. The whole world needs to be free. It's my philosophy. That's the way it's got to be. Yeah.
Peace and love to each and everyone, cause you don't know we're into outer space. And I about to change the pace, cause we're human, a part of the human race. Huh! Hear it! Two Rastafarians surviving the city. The two Rastamen, yeah. How you survive in Babylon? They don't know now. Cause my dreams are fading. I've reached an all-time low. There's no use in pretending. In Babylon, there's no place to go. With worn-out clothes and mash-up shoes, walking the streets of Babylon, realizing what it feels like to be cold and alone. But the true Rasta man can't give up. In Babylon, yeah. The true fireman must stand up. We stand up, yeah. Down here in the heart of the city. How the Rasta man survive in the heart of the city. Got to stay in line in the heart of the city. Hey. We're living in the heart of Babylon. Hey, now, but the true fireman, yeah. Real Rastafarians, true fireman, yeah now. True Rastaman, yeah now. And his dreams are fading. He's reaching all-time low. Down in Babylon, you don't know now, yeah. Lucky you, you got a woman to go on to. I've got to find myself a woman in a Hasha selection session, boy. Lucky you, you've got a girl to go on to. I've got to find myself a woman. Raspect Radio, is there anyone to help out the fireman, boy? In a Babylon, boy, yeah. True Rasta man, surviving Babylon, yeah. True Rasta, yeah. Real Rastafarians, a true dirty man, yeah, now. A real fireman, yeah. Lucky you, got a girl to go on to. I need myself a woman, so I travel to Asha selection session. I know I'll find a roots rock woman. I know I'll find an African woman. I know I'll find a cultural woman to take us up to Zion. True fireman. Raspect Radio. Blessed Jah. Selector guide us.
Boom, enough respect, all 16. And do you have a message for the people all over the world from Listen Raspect Radio? A message, love from all 16.
Just want to say greetings and love to each and everyone. You don't know, we're stepping into a newer millennium. We call it 2008. So I want to big up everyone. Our Irie New Year. Open the happy Kwanzaa. Can you see it? From straight out of Switzerland, we come all over the area. Earl 16, I say, well, cyber, roots, rock, reggae music forever. So tune in every time on Raspect Radio. Blessed love. Big up Asha Selector. Keep the vibes going. And the next thing, happy birthday, Asha. You don't want us to know. Yeah, King Selassie flow. So I saw we do it. And bless everyone. Keep tuning in.
The morning sun, children rise, 'cause Jah word we have just begun. Early in the morning, children going out to school. The children rise, and the man, he must do his work. Early in the morning, I must face reality now. Yes, when I've got a family, but prophecy has revealed that the Father, he will set us free from all this misery. The world has just begun. The world has just begun. Rise with the morning sun. Children rise, 'cause Jah word we have now begun. Early in the morning, children going out to school. The children rise, and the man, he must do his work. So children rise, children rise, children rise, children rise. Rising with the morning, yeah. Children keep on rising. Jah children are rising, yeah. Rising with the morning, Jah children rise. Rise with the morning sun. Children rise, 'cause Jah word we have now begun. Early in the morning, children are going out to school. Children rise, and the man, he must do his work. Early in the morning, I must face reality.
Yes, when I've got my family, but now prophecy has revealed that the Father, He's gonna set us free from tribulation and misery. The world has just begun. Children gonna rise. The world has just begun. Rising with the morning. The world has just begun. Keep on rising. The world.
Run it to Asha. I see a thing, man. You don't know. Ziggy and all the crew. See Ninja the whole massive. Bless up.
Come with what you got. We want some roots rock reggae now. You knock all that today now. We love the roots, so it's irate. Louisiana, so you irate. Roots rock reggae now. Natural, it's natural, yeah. Say now, it's natural, it's organic, man. The natty dread is just a natural roots, man. It is item. The natty dread is just a natural roots, man. He's organic. From morning till evening, up and down the lane, playing his item roots, and the business is kicking. The rootsmen have the lip. Every man say I should sound good. He's coming fresh from the mountain, and he's in the culture still. The natty dread is just a natural root, so it is items true. The dread is just a natural roots, man. It's item roots now. We all gather round when Rallo comes to town, and you got us all the children. Yeah, he's gonna give them. We all take a lift from the item split now. We all take a sip, cause we know it's organic. It's just a natural roots, man. With his item, it's just a natural roots, man. And with some item roots, it's what he's got. Roots rock reggae now. Say what you got today. In your calabash, in your goodie bag, in your crocus bag, in your item roots. It's natural, it's item, it's organic, it's vital. We need some fight to live in it. We all tune in when the bingy man is coming. We all take a lift from the item that is breeding. Fresh from the hills, fresh from the mountain. He's coming fresh from the sea. That he just keep coming. It is item, natural. Next to it, Bunga Asha. Give him one brother, please. 1, 2, 3. It's a cool meditation, a natural vegetation.